Hey first grade, I'm very excited to start a new lesson today, but before we begin the lesson, we're going to read this book by Peter H. Reynolds called The Dot. The Dot. The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Have any of you ever felt like that? No ideas, not sure what to draw? Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm, she said. Ha, very funny, said Vashti. I can't draw. She's frustrated because she can't think of anything. Her teacher smiled. Just make a mark and see where it takes you. Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. There. Vashti doesn't seem like she believes in herself right there. I can tell by the expression on her face. She's just not sure if she can do anything right. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, now sign it. Vashti thought for a moment. Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name. The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot. She had drawn her dot, all framed in swirly gold. Vashti. Humph, I can make a better dot than that. She opened up her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted. A red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with yellow, and she discovered that she could make a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting, lots of little dots and many colors. It looks like Vashti is starting to believe she can do it. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot at all. She used the surrounding areas, and that negative space was her dot. At the school art show, a few weeks later, Vashti's mini dots made quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. Hey, you're a really great artist. I wish I could draw, he said. I bet you can, said Vashti. Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. Show me. The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, Please sign it. The end. Even if you feel like you can't draw or you can't do something the right way, you can. You never know unless you try. So today, we're going to be taking some lessons from the dot, and we're going to draw circles using the same thing that Vashti tried to do in her art class. Now that we've read the dot, I hope you're feeling inspired to make some dots of your own. Before we draw those dots, here are a few things that you're going to need to make some dots today. We're going to need a watercolor brush. You can use a fat brush or a smaller brush. You are going to need your watercolor tray of paints. And I'm also going to give you a sponge, and I'll show you what the sponge is for in just a minute. So I'm going to start by using this brush right here, and I'm going to dip into the color green. So I'm going to dip into I'm going to dip in my water first and clean out my brush. Then I'm going to dip in the color green, probably 2 dips. And if I drip a lot, that's when you can come to the sponge and just tap it on your sponge twice, and that will catch the extra water so it doesn't drip all over the table. Now what I want you to do is put a little dot on your paper. And we want to draw a bigger dot. So one way you can do that is by getting on the tippy toe of your brush and swirl it around that dot you just made. Now remember, it doesn't matter if it's perfect. You're just drawing dots. circles. When you have your first circle or dot on your paper, then I want you to go and find a new color. So take your brush swimming, back in the pool, then dip him in a new color. I'm choosing red this time. After I've chosen red, remember to just tap twice on your sponge, put a little dot, and go around in a circle. You want to be on your tippy toes of your brush. Don't booty scoot your brush, you just want to be lightly on the tippy toes of your brush. And then that's your second dot. Pick a new color. Now I'm going to pick blue. Remember, take that color and just tap it on your little sponge to catch the extra paint. And we're going to make a big blue dot, so I'm going to make my dot big. I want you to fill your whole page with dots. So remember to use every color. You want to make sure every color is being used. Now I tap into yellow. I'm going to just tap it on my sponge and then draw a tiny dot right here. And then after we do that dot, I'm going to get some orange and I'm going to tap on your sponge. And it looks like the only two colors that I need are purple and pink. So now I have my orange and go into purple and make a big purple dot over here. You can make a small, tap that brush on your sponge, go back into purple. Don't get them too close together, don't crowd them in too close because we're going to be adding something to these next week. Get some pink, I'm going to draw a pink dot down here. Now that I have all of my colors, I'm going to go back and add a few more dots. Maybe some dots using my favorite color. So I like this pink color, so I'm going to add another little dot right here. I also like the color yellow, so I think I'm going to go and add a big yellow dot up here. And I'll probably add one tiny little dot. I'll do blue in the corner. Notice how I'm not booty scooting? And this is what you want your paper to look like when it's done. Fill it with different colored dots, leave space between the dots. And you're good to go. That's it. Before you put this on the drawing rack, I want you to sign your name down here at the bottom. So I'm going to sign Miss Harlan. And your teacher's initial. If you're in Miss Ziegler's, Z. If you're in Miss Wagner, W. If you're in Miss Tinsley, T. Miss Graves, G. So put the first letter of your teacher's name. Let it sit on your table. Don't put it on the drawing rack yet. You don't want the dots to drip because we want our dots to stay in a circle. So leave it on your desk. At the end of class, they will have dried a little bit, and then we'll put them on the drawing rack. So we're going to give it some drying time. I want you to leave it on your desk. When you are finished, take your brushes, go wash them out at the sink, and put them back at your table. Make sure all of your supplies are cleaned up. You may go to the sink and wash your sponge out once everyone is done using it, and then squeeze it out and put it back in your tray for the next class to use. So it should look like this. Then at the end of class, after cleanup time from I'm finished work, we'll put these papers on the drying rack to dry because we don't want to move them from being flat because we don't want them to drip. Next time you come back to class, I'll show you what to do next. Have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.